Today, we're going to give you our best advice on how to know if you should break up. Hi, I'm Karen and he's Ken, and together we're the Grand Canions. Welcome, welcome, welcome to another episode of Relationship Matters.
Relationship Matters. Our mission is to build relationships one couple at a time so they can live, love, and laugh.
Do that by clicking the subscribe button and the notification bell.
This video is sponsored by Red Family Dentistry, where we want to see you smiling. So today, we're going to talk about knowing when to break up.
When to break up.
Nick, do you know when to break up with somebody? You in a relationship and you trying to figure it out.
That's hard. That's so hard, especially when love is involved. You know, if it's just a dude or
Oh, no, I ain't saying that.
And what?
And lust too.
Well, yeah, lust is hard to break up from too. It can be a little addicting. but when your emotions are involved and when you've been physical, man, it's hard to tear away from that. I remember I tried to quit you one time.
But you couldn't.
About 11:30 at night. I quit about 8 o'clock. About 11:30, we was back together.
So let's talk about when you should let it go. I think I want to let it go.
Looks like another love TKO.
All right, so we're going to give it to him.
Okay.
Now, I have 10 things.
10.
And it won't even take long to give you these 10. And if any of these
10 things to let someone know if they should leave a relationship.
They should let it go.
Okay.
Let the relationship go. And the first thing let's talk about the excuses people make when they don't want to let it go.
Okay.
And they say things like, oh, I just love him or her.
Mm-hmm.
And what does love have to do with it? Especially when things are not going the way you want to, when your needs aren't being met. People say things like, we've been together so long.
But it's like, it's like, you don't want to throw in the towel. It still might have some life in it. Let me get them. That's what we try to do. We try to, like bring life to a dead situation. The relationship is dead. It's not going anywhere, but we just don't want to give up. So we give it one more,
When it's dead, how do you know when to let it go?
Okay.
So the first thing, there are 10 things, and we're gonna run through these quickly,
Okay.
but I want to see what you think.
Okay.
Number one, the first thing to know if you need to let it go is simply they want to control you more than they want to be in a relationship.
But to explain that.
So when a person wants to control they don't want you going to your friends to talk about the relationship. They don't want you going out without them. They want to see, where have you been? And every time you go somewhere, you got to text the person. You got to call the person to let them know, hey, I was only over my girlfriend's house for 7 minutes and 36 seconds.
Okay.
When they're more concerned with controlling your whereabouts, then you know it's probably time to go, because that's rooted in a form of insecurity. And not only can it be bad for the relationship, but it can be dangerous too sometimes. Your number two, any kind of abuse, be it mental, emotional, sexual, or physical.
Abuse.
Which one would you like to know about? Anyone in particular?
Any abuse? No, I don't want to know about no abuse.
Yeah, but how would a person know if they're abused?
I thought you were talking about which one I want to experience. I don't want no abuse.
Y'all see with a real character.
If she don't want no abuse, I don't want that. But okay, so how does one determine if they're being mentally abused?
Okay.
Because sexually we know, physically,
Physically we know.
But how do you know if you're being abused, like emotionally and mentally?
Okay. One of the ways to know, whenever the person wants you to make you feel bad emotionally. Oh, you didn't I can't believe you didn't put out the food. You didn't cook. What kind of person would do that? Whenever the language is there in a way to put you down, that's a form of abuse.
Okay.
Whenever you're emotionally always trying to come back. If a person one day says, I love you, but the next day they put you down. One day you're the greatest, but the next day they talk about you. What that is a form of emotional abuse, because because they're attempting to control your emotional state. You follow me?
I get you.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Number three.
Number three.
Your values aren't the same. Now this is deep right here.
Yeah.
Man. I did a video about that.
Yeah, I was gonna say you just did a video about that, and I loved it. But tell them about the value system.
And see what the value system is this. I always tell people the first thing is attraction will get you. You attracted, oh, he's fine. Like like when you saw me. Oh, he's fine. Attraction will get you, but only your value system will keep you. Attraction will start the relationship. The value system keeps the relationship. And what do I mean by value system? If you're with somebody, you value a person who is not cheating, a person who is monogamous, but they value being in an open relationship. Okay? You value raising your children a certain way. They don't value having children.
Oh,
okay?
That's good.
You value saving money.
Really good.
They value spending money. And what happens is people think because personalities are different, that makes us different. What makes us different in a relationship is the value system.
Okay, the value system. That was really, really good.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'm gonna do number 4. I'm gonna give them number 4.
Give them number 4 now.
Number 4 is lack of respect.
That's real
That's
good.
when like you tell me what would you consider like lack of respect as a man?
I would say lack of respect is when, number one, if I'm trying to ridicule you in front of other people.
Ooh.
I'm putting you down in front of others. I don't value your opinion. So I got your opinion. Cool. That to me represents a lack of respect when I diminish your character to make mine bigger.
Oh,
Yeah.
So you used to say something, somebody stand on somebody else's shoulders to look tall.
Yes.
So they're doing that when you say they put you down to make themselves look better.
Right, and I think that forms a lack of respect. And when people are doing things like that, you have to be cognizant of it, cognizant of those type of things. Number 5,
Which goes right in there with respect.
right?
Lack of trust.
Lack of trust. Lack of trust is deep. I'm gonna let you tell me this, Ned. What happens? What do they mean by when the relationship you should end it because there's a lack of trust?
Well, when you can't trust somebody, you can't sleep. You can't. You know what I'm saying? You just like I've got to know that you're going to be there for me. That you're not gonna go out and make me look bad or feel bad or you know what I'm saying? You out there
Dipping and
slipping.
But let me ask you a question. Some people do it. They don't know if they can trust the person, but based on their last relationship. Because their last relationship was screwed up. So what I'm doing is I'm projecting that emotion onto my new relationship.
But trust isn't just about somebody cheating on you.
True.
It could be trust you with money. It could be trust you with my children.
Wow.
It could be trust you with my keys to my house. So, you can, trust goes way deeper than just us two, me being able to trust you to go out here and not smash.
So
that's how we think of trust.
Wow, that is true.
Yeah.
So I would feel like if I'm not smashing, you should trust me.
Right.
But if I can't trust you with your heart, with your kids, with your finances, still that's a lack of trust. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Number 6, something you just can't get over. You should leave the relationship. If there's something you just can't get over, you've tried, the person cheated on you, the person said something to you that just won't fly, and it's still, how do you know you can't get over it? Because it still resonates in your psyche, your subconscious mind. Whenever you think about the person, that thing is attached to it.
Yeah, we always say, you forgive and don't forget. That's not healthy in a relationship. Sometimes you have to forget, and when you can't forget, and like a song comes on the radio, and it takes you back to that, or you're watching TV, or the color red triggers you, then it might be time to dip. You know what I'm saying?
Time to dip.
Yeah, because if every time I listen to Love Jones on the radio and Luther come on and I want to stab you, I need to, you get what I'm saying?
That makes too much sense.
You have certain triggers.
And what happens with those triggers, you never know when they're going to happen. Number 7 is when the relationship becomes toxic. And what do I mean by toxic?
Yeah.
I simply mean that whenever you're in a relationship and the other person is attempting to hurt you, okay, and if they're trying to put you down, they want to hurt you emotionally, they want to hurt you mentally, or they want to hurt you physically, but there's pain involved in this, and you feel like this person necessarily doesn't have my best interest at heart, the relationship has become toxic. And the truth is, if you don't get out, it's going to poison you. It's not only going to poison you for this relationship, it's going to poison you for the next relationship. And so that's why I always say, when I'm coaching somebody, I'm saying your relationship has become toxic. And now, if you don't stay, if you don't get out, it's going to poison you, your children, your family members, and everybody involved. Now, number 8, no desire to change. Ned, did I have a desire to change?
Yes, you did. And you did change. You don't think you had a desire to change?
I think I did.
Yeah, because you were a force to be reckoned with in the beginning. But I grabbed that bull by the horn and I rolled that bull and I broke that bull down. I'm sorry, I got caught up.
All right. Now, number 9, everything is forced. It's like putting a square peg in a round hole. Relationships are difficult, but it shouldn't be that hard. Every time we discuss something, we're arguing. Every time we want to go in to eat is an argument. Well, you said you wanted to go there, but you didn't want to go there. Every time, well, why would you want to do this? You want to start a business at this point in your life? You want to go back to school? Everything is forced. What that is something that says our values are incongruent. Whenever something is forced on that level, our values are incongruent, and it's time to go.
I think it's sexy when you use your SAT words.
Incongruent?
Yeah, go ahead. Next.
And number 10, you've lost yourself.
Oh.
Anytime you've lost yourself, who you are, and you're masquerading, you're somebody you're pretending to be because you think the other person wants you to be that person. You're allowing the other person to define you.
How do you realize you've lost yourself? Because a lot of times, and I can only speak as a woman.
Sure, I want you to.
You are so far gone when you realize that, hey, this is not me. What's going on? So how do you cut that off in the beginning? How do you realize that I'm losing myself before you actually lose yourself?
That's a good point, a good question. And I'll say it like this. Whenever something's not right inside of you, there's dis-ease inside your body. In it. You become tense. You know when something isn't right. But what we do is we disregard it because I'm so in love. We disregard it because I want to keep this relationship together. But the truth is, y'all, there are so many things in your life and you feel it. It's a visceral thing that's inside you and you know the relationship is right because the things that you value the most, you stop doing. I stopped going to the park and I used to like to take walks. I stopped going to the movies. I stopped going to the concerts. I stopped doing all the things because my partner doesn't like to do them.
You lose yourself.
So you've lost yourself. And that's the thing you need to consider. Now that we've talked to you about when to break up, okay? What we're gonna do, you're gonna join us next, and we're gonna be talking about how do you survive the breakup?
Click this video and we will see you there.